Senator Wetangula announced his bid for the presidency a few weeks ago. The co-principal, former Prime Minister, didn't show up. Didn't show up.
Yes, he didn't show up, and maybe picking it up a little bit from where the senator has left it off. A lot of these things depend on why we form government. And in Africa, we don't form government so that we can serve. We form government so that we can eat. And it's going to require a whole change of mindset, perhaps a whole true generational change, because 2 years, 3 years ago, we thought that we were enjoying a generational change, and we did not. And so that remains. Wetangula goes to Kakamega, and you see that he meets a lot of resistance, and it's good that my brother, the senator, is here. Maybe he can give us a bit of internal perspective. From the outside where I am, I see that within that fraternity of theirs, there are those who think already that it is a decided issue, that the flag bearer is going to be the former Prime Minister, Raila Odinga, and that the other people are spoilers, and that the sooner they surrender ground to him and allow him to march to Jerusalem triumphantly, the better for everybody. And you see, this whole thing does not eventually work well at all for Wetangula, for Kalonzo, for Raila, for CORD. Our people in Emmanuel say that when Mother Hyena wants to eat baby hyena, she starts saying that this baby is smelling like a goat. And there's a sense in which they have come together and they have given birth to this which they call CORD. And at some point you feel like Mother Hyena has this feeling that baby hyena is starting to smell like a goat.
Hold on, Senator, before you answer, will Wetangula stay in CORD?
He could bolt out. You know, politics is the art of the possible. It's going to depend on political ramifications and dynamics as we move ahead. We
Senator,
don't know what's going to...
Senator, you're smiling. You're smiling here.
To happen.
I saw the cylinder coming in.
5 fingers just on its way.
Yes,
so two things. One thing is, Oparanya badly mishandled the pre-rally rhetoric.
You're going to blame it on the governor?
You see, what happens is, ultimately, based on that tension he created, whether the violence was opportunistic by a political foe, or it was organized internally, as Senator Khalwale would like to suggest, but nonetheless, it gave rise to a theory or a narrative that CORD might be on course to destruction. But I can tell you that as a person who is one of the Secretary Generals of the 3 constituent parties, that these are things and challenges that come within any political outfit when we try to live together, particularly where the definitive unit is the quest for power. It becomes sometimes a very emotive and sometimes a very rigorous, kind of battle.
By the way,
internally.
I didn't see you at that rally.
I was at that rally.
You went there?
I was there with the Wiper party leader. In fact, Wiper was fairly well represented in that rally. And even after the tear gas, we were the ones who came back and continued to address the rally. And we felt extremely that we needed to share in solidarity, because Senator Wetangula did come to Kalonzo Musyoka's declaration in January of this year. So it is a question of reciprocity. And I recall in that declaration, when Kalonzo was making his declaration and Wiper was fronting him as the flag bearer, it was said that it was important for every party to strengthen its own unit.
So were you disappointed when the former Prime Minister didn't show up?
I did post my opinion to that effect, that I think the Prime Minister should have shown up, because it gave rise to this constant narrative. And I think in life, everybody does acknowledge. And what I found very magnanimous about him was to take responsibility and to almost issue some form of an apology. Senator Wetangula said that now it's all buried, because he did have a one-on-one with the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister was remorseful of the fact that he did not attend that rally.